Welcome to the next session of compound interest. Let me give you some more questions to understand the concept of compound interest Okay. Let us see the first question. Find the compound interest on rupees 2000 at 5% per annum compounded yearly for 2.5 years. 2.5 years. This is my question. Now look at the solution for this. Principal is equal to rupees 2000. I is equal to J is equal to 0.05. Conversions are not there. Time is equal to 2.5 years. Here time is not a whole number. Then how can we calculate? Now step number 1. Calculate compound interest on rupees 2000 for 2 years. 2.5 years, the integral part I am separating. So compound interest is equal to principal into 1 plus I whole power n minus 1. This is 2000 into 1.05 whole square minus 1. So this is 1.05 into is equal to, it is 1.1025 minus 1.1025 multiplied with 2000, 205, rupees 205, rupees 205. Now add compound interest to principal. Okay, so P1 is equal to 2000 plus 205, 2205. Calculate simple interest on rupees 2205 for 6 months. For this fractional part, what I am doing, simple interest I am calculating. Simple interest is equal to 2205, 6 by 12 into 0.05. It will go 2 times. So this is 2205 into 0.05 is equal to divided by 2. This is 55.125. 55.125. Add this one. So amount is equal to 2205 plus 55125 plus 2205. This is 2260.125. 2260.125. Now total interest is equal to 205 plus 55.125. 205 plus 55.125. This is 260.125. Rupees 260.125. This way you have to calculate compound interest when time is not a whole number. When time is not a whole number, how to calculate the compound interest? Look at this. In time, integral part is 2 years. Here in TE, integral part is equal to 2 years. For 2 years, compound interest is calculated. And we know the concept of compound interest. Interest is added to the principal. So 205 is added to the principal of 2000. Then I'll get 2205 will be the principal after 2 years. On this 2205, I am calculating simple interest for 6 months, fractional part. This is 55.125. Add this this interest to this principal, you'll get accumulated value. Now you are interested to know the interest part only. Add these two values, rupees 205 and rupees 55.125. When you add these two values, you'll get compound interest for 2.5 years. Okay. Next question number 2. If the compound interest is the CI on a certain sum for 2 years at 3%, be rupees 101.50. What would be the simple interest? What would be the simple interest? Look at the question, sir. Compound interest on a certain sum for 2 years at 3% per annum. So principal is equal to question mark. Principal is not given. Compound interest is given 101.50. Time is equal to 2 years. I is equal to 0.03. Rate of interest is per annum. Conversions are not there. So I or J one and the same. T and N are one and the same. Compound interest is equal to principal into 1 plus I whole power n minus 1. Principal is equal to compound interest by, so this is rupees 101.50 by 1.03 whole square minus 1. Now first let us simplify the denominator. 1.03 into is equal to, you will get 1.0609 minus 1 is equal to, denominator is simplified, put it in memory plus, so press M plus button. This simplified value is stored in the memory. Go to the numerator, 101.5 divided by MRC is equal to 1666.6666 recurring. So this is equal to rupees 1666.67. Principal is calculated. Now let us calculate simple interest on this. Simple interest is equal to principal into rate into time by 100. Principal is 1666.67. 3 by 100. Time is equal to 2 years. Into 6 divided by 100. 99.99 rupees 99.999. It is recurring, approximated to rupees 100. How much simple interest you will get on this? 100 rupees. Next question. Question number 3. The difference between CI and SI on a certain sum of money at 5% per annum for 2 years is rupees 1.50. Find the sum. Okay. Principal is not given, no problem. See the question that we have to calculate. Compound interest is equal to principal into 1 plus I whole power n minus 1. You keep principal as it is P. 1.05 whole square minus 1. 1.1025 minus 1. 0.1025 into P. That is the compound interest. Simple interest is equal to principal into rate into time by 100. P into 0.05 into 2. 0.10 into P. Subtract one from the other. CI minus SI is equal to 0.0025 into P. 0.0025 into P. Given CI minus SI is equal to rupees 1.50. 0.0025 is rupees 1.50. Principal is rupees 1.50 divided by 0.0025. 1.5 divided by 0.0025, rupees 600. Principal is rupees 600. Next, look at the next question. A sum of money put at CI for 2 years at a 20% per annum. It would earn rupees 482 more if the interest were payable half yearly, then it were payable yearly. Then the sum is then the sum is. Now see the question, sir. A sum of money put at compound interest for 2 years. Time is equal to 2 years. Nominal rate of interest, which is expressed per year, 20%, 0.20. Here it is also equal to time. Principal is question mark. Principal is question mark. Compound interest when calculated yearly. Compound interest when calculated yearly. Compound interest when calculated yearly. Ci is equal to P into 1.2 whole square minus 1. This is 1.2 into is equal to minus 1. 0.44. This is Ci1. 0.44 into P. Next, compound interest payable half yearly. Then we have conversion. I is equal to j by 2. 0.20 by 2, 0.10. N is equal to T into 2, 4. That is 2 into 2, 4. Ci2 is equal to principal into 1.1 whole power 4 minus 1. 1.1 into minus 1 is equal to 4641. 0.4641 into P. Ci2 minus Ci1 is equal to 482 given in the question. Ci2 minus Ci1. So, if I take P as common, 0.4641 minus 0.44 is equal to 482 minus 0.44. This value 0.0241. 0.0241 is equal to rupees 482. Principal is equal to rupees 482 divided by 0.0241. Memory plus this value, simplified value, 482 divided by MRC is equal to 20,000 rupees to 20,000. What is the principal? Rupees 20,000. Now look at the question number 5. How long will it take rupees 1200 to amount to rupees 2000 at 5%, converted quarterly at a CI, at a CI, converted quarterly at a CI. Now look at this solution. On a time scale diagram, if I represent the information, principal is equal to 1200, amount is equal to rupees 2000, nominal rate of interest is 0.05. So the rate of interest which is used for calculations, the rate of interest which is used for calculations 0.05 divided by 4, 0.05 divided by 4, 0.0125, 0.0125, n is equal to 40. Because interest is calculated quarterly, in 1 year they will calculate, that is bank will calculate interest 4 times, so in n number of years it will calculate 40 times. Amount is equal to principal into 1 plus I whole power n. 2000 is equal to 1200 into 1.0125 whole power 40. 20 divided by 12 is 1.0125 whole power 40. 20 divided by 12. 20 divided by 12. 1.6666 recurring. 1.6667. 1.0125 whole power 40. 40 is equal to log 1.6667 divided by log 1.0125. You know how to get the log values on calculator? One point 2217. This is 2217 divided by 0.0051. 0051. You calculate log values on calculator. 0.2217 divided by 0.0051. 43.47. 43.47. So T is equal to 43.47 divided by 4. Divided by 4. 10.86. This is 10.86. Years. Let me check up the log values one more time. This is 16 under 6 means 7. 16 under 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2201 under 7, 18. 2201 plus 18. 2219, no problem. 2219. This is 1.10. 10 under 1 mean 3. 10 under 1 mean 3. 12. 0043. Plus 12. 55. So this is 2219. 0.2219 divided by 0.0055. 40.34 divided by 4. 10.08. This is 10.08. This is 40.345. 40.345. 10.08. 10.08 approximated to 10 years. This is how. Let us see the next question. Question number 6. A man borrowed rupees 20,000 from a money lender, but he could not repay the amount. For a period of 4 years. For a period of 4 years. The money lender demand showed rupees 26,500 due from him. At what rate percent per annum CI did the money lender lend his money? Did the money lender lend his money? Look at the question, sir. A man borrowed rupees 20,000. Principal is equal to rupees 20,000. And how much amount he has to pay? 26,500. Amount is 26,500. Time is equal to 4 years. 4 years. Time is equal to 4 years. I is equal to J is equal to question mark. Here it is annual rate of interest, no conversion is required. So amount by principal is equal to 1 plus I whole power n. 26,500 by 20,000 is equal to 1 plus I whole to the power of 4. So let us see the calculator. 26,500 divided by 20,000. 1.325. 1.325 is equal to 1 plus I whole power 4. 1 plus I is equal to 1.325 whole to the power 1 by 4. So this is 1.325 whole power half, again half. 1 by 4 I am writing. This one 1.325 whole to the power 1 by 4 I am writing a power x whole power y. It means For 1.325, if I take square root for 2 times, it is over. So 1 times square root, value is obtained again, 1 times square root, 1.072886. 8869, so you can make it, this is it. Now, I is equal to 1.072886 minus 1, 0.072886. Multiply with 100, decimal is shifted to 2 places, right? 7.2886%. This is the rate of interest per annum. Look at the next question. Rupees 7,500 is borrowed. Rupees 7,500 is borrowed at CI at the rate of 4% per annum. What will be the amount? What will be the amount to be paid after 6 months? After 6 months, if interest is compounded quarterly. If interest is compounded quarterly. Interest is compounded quarterly. Now look at this, sir. Principal is equal to 7,500. Nominal rate of interest is 0.04, means the rate of interest which is expressed per year. The rate of interest which is expressed per year is 4%. But interest is calculated quarterly. I is equal to, conversions are there, divided by 4. Time is equal to 6 months. N is equal to 6 by 12 into 4. 6 by 12 into 4. So this is to, in 1 year, bank is calculating interest 4 times. In 1 year, bank is calculating interest 4 times. Okay. So in 6 months, how many times it will calculate? 2 times. So amount is equal to principal into 1 plus I whole power n. Principal is 7,500. 1.01 whole to the power of 2. This is 1.01 into is equal to 1.0201 multiplied with 7,500. This is 7650 rupees 7650.7 rupees 7650.7. 7. Next, let us see one more application of compound interest related to depreciation. Related to depreciation. So we have to calculate scrap value or rate of depreciation or estimated value of the asset. What is the formula we have? S is equal to C into 1 minus R whole power n. S is equal to C into 1 minus R whole power n, where S is equal to scrap value, R is equal to rate of depreciation, N is equal to estimated life of the asset, C is equal to cost of the asset. Out of these four values, out of these four variables, otherwise you can say any three are given, fourth one we can calculate. So let us see some problems related to this. A machine is depreciated at the rate of 20% on a reducing balance. The original cost of the machine was rupees 1 lakh. And its scrap value was rupees 30,000. The effective life of the machine is Now sir, see the solution of this. Cost of the asset is equal to rupees 1 lakh. Scrap value is equal to rupees 30,000. Rate of depreciation is 20%. N is equal to question mark. So S is equal to C into 1 minus R whole power n. 30,000 is equal to 1 lakh into 1 minus 0.20 whole power n. 3 by 10 is equal to 0.8 whole power n. 0.3 is 0.8 whole power n. Taking logs on both the sides, n is equal to log 0.3 divided by log 0.8. Log 0.3 divided by log 0.8. When you take log value on calculator, numerator is minus 0.5229, denominator is minus 0.0969. So minus minus cancel, and this is equal to 0. This is 0.5229 divided by 0.0969. 5.396 approximated to 5.4 years. 5.4 years. 5.4 years. This is the answer to this question. Next question. The useful life of a machine. The useful life of a machine is estimated to be is estimated to be 10 years. 10 years, and the cost rupees 10,000. Rate of depreciation is rate of depreciation is 10% per annum. The scrap value is at the end of its life is now look at this, sir. Cost is given as rupees 10,000. Rate of depreciation is 10%. Estimated life of the asset is given as 10 years. S is equal to question mark. So S is equal to C into 1 minus R whole power n. 10,000 into 1 minus 0.10 whole power 10. 0.90 whole power 10. So 0.9 into its power should be raised to 10 multiplied with 10,000. This is 3486. 3486.7. 3486.7. Scrap value is equal to 3486.7. Now, look at the last concept under this compound interest. How to calculate the effective rate of interest when nominal rate of interest is given. Effective rate of interest concept. Effective rate. See, this effective rate of terminology will come into the picture whenever interest is calculated more than one time in a year. Let us see, suppose your principal is 100, rate of interest is 6%, and the bank is calculating interest only one time in a year. So amount is equal to 100 into 1.06, 106. Interest is equal to 106 minus 106 point, this is 6%. Now let us see when interest is calculated semi-annually, then 0.06 divided by 2, 0.03. For calculation purpose, you have to take 0.03. So amount is equal to 100 into 1.03 whole square. .03 into is equal to 1.0609 into 100. This is 106.09. Now, interest is equal to 6.09. Now look at this, sir. When interest is calculated one time in a year, 6 rupees you are getting. When interest is calculated two times in a year, 6.09 you are getting. Percentage wise, if I say, when nominal rate of interest is 6%, its effective rate is 6.09 when interest is calculated semi-annually. One more time I am repeating this point. When nominal rate of interest is 6%, that is when interest is calculated one time in a year, 6%. So what is its effective rate? 6.09% when interest is calculated semi-annually. This is conceptual, but from exam point of view, you have a formula. Effective rate is equal to 1 plus j by m whole power n minus 1 multiplied with 100. Both are one and the same anyway. Let us see an example. J is equal to 0.07. First point. When interest is calculated semi-annually, what is its effective rate, sir? Effective rate is equal to 1 plus 0.07 by 2 whole square minus 1 into 100. So 0.07 divided by 2, 0.035. So this is equal to 1.035 whole square minus 1. This is multiplied with 100. 1.035 into is equal to minus 1. 0.077125 into 100. Decimal is shifted to place 7.1225%. When interest is calculated annually, 7% is the rate of interest. When interest is calculated semi-annually, 7.1225 rate of interest. So this is called effective rate of interest corresponding to the nominal rate of interest of 7%. Let us see, when interest is calculated quarterly, effective rate is equal to 1 plus 0.07 divided by 4 whole to the power of 4 minus 1 into 100. So this is 1.0175 whole power 4 minus 1. This is multiplied with 100. 1.0175 into its power should be raised to 4 minus 1.071859 into 100, 7.1859%. 1859%. This is effective rate of interest. Effective rate of interest. Actually, with this rate, bank is calculating interest for quarterly. So you can go for monthly also. When interest is calculated monthly, effective rate is 1 plus 0.07 by 12 to the power 12 minus 1 into 100. So this is equal to 0.07 divided by 12. And its power is raised to 12. Minus 1. So this is 0.07186 into 100. 7.186%. This way, effective rate is calculated straight away using this formula. So with this, your concept of compound interest is over. In the next session, I will take up annuities. Thank you.